My dear child, listen carefully to the stirring within your heart, because what I am about to tell you carries a weight that should not be brushed aside. This is not coming from a far-off place or a distant whisper. I am speaking to you from a place that knows you fully, your heart, your soul, your every joy and sorrow. There is someone in your life who once held a very special place in your world. They cherished your presence, eagerly awaited your words, and found comfort simply in knowing you were near. But now their spirit is growing tired. Their patience, once abundant, is running low, and their heart has begun to ache from the silence that has taken root between you. You may not have noticed how far things have drifted, but this person, this one who loved you through your seasons, can no longer hold on much longer. I don't say this to make you afraid. This isn't about guilt. It's a wake-up call. I see how your days are filled with commitments and distractions. I see how demands have piled up, taking more of your attention than you ever meant to give. But please understand, all the achievements, the deadlines, the goals, they pale in comparison to the relationships that have been given to you as gifts. The bonds in your life are not accidents. They are intentional, and they deserve to be treated with reverence. This person isn't ready to leave because they've stopped caring. On the contrary, they've held on to hope for longer than most would. But now they feel invisible, unnoticed, as if their love has gone on unanswered. They've asked themselves, more times than they'd admit, why your call stopped, why the warmth between you began to fade, and why they no longer seem to matter to you. They have given you grace upon grace, waited in silence, hoping you'd notice. But even the most steadfast hearts grow tired when left out in the cold for too long. If you stop and truly look, the signs are there. The quieter tone in their voice, the gaps between conversations growing wider, the sadness in their eyes that wasn't always there. These are not just passing moments. They are warning signs. This person is slowly preparing to walk away, not out of anger, but out of self-preservation. The door that was once wide open for your return is beginning to close, not with a slam, but with a quiet finality that speaks volumes. You still have time. You still have a chance to turn this around. But the moment to act is now. Tomorrow is not promised in the way we imagine it. If you wait too long, you may find yourself holding on to memories instead of people. Regret is a heavy shadow to live beneath. It lingers longer than you'd expect, and it visits often when it's too late to do anything but wish you had acted sooner. This person, the one who once lit up when you entered the room, is no longer sure they matter to you. They're not demanding fireworks or grand gestures. They simply need to know they still hold a place in your heart. They need to feel seen, valued, chosen. If you keep postponing that call, that message, that visit, if you allow fear or pride to keep you frozen, you will lose something precious. They've held on, but now they are letting go, gently but surely. I understand that your life is full. You carry responsibilities, deadlines, pressures that sometimes feel unbearable. I know it's not easy to balance everything. But when all is said and done, when you look back on your time here, what will matter most is not what you achieved, but whom you loved and how deeply you showed it. The world will tell you that success and possessions are the measure of a good life. But they lie. True fulfillment comes from the people who walk with you, laugh with you, cry with you, and stand by you. The time is slipping through your fingers. Each day that passes without you reaching out is another day this person feels further away from your world. They have offered you grace again and again, made excuses for your absence, tried to understand your silence, but they are tired now. Their soul can't carry the weight of this one-sided connection anymore. They are not walking away because they've stopped loving you. They're leaving because they finally realize that they need to protect themselves from the pain of being forgotten. You may not realize just how much they've done to hold on to you. How many times they picked up the phone only to put it down again, waiting for you to remember them first. How many times they sat in silence, wondering if you even noticed their absence. It's not bitterness that's pushing them to the edge. It's clarity, the quiet realization that they cannot be the only one fighting to keep this relationship alive. And you, my child, still have the power to change the story. But you must act with urgency. Do not assume that love will linger forever without effort. Even the most devoted heart needs care. Remember those early days with this person, the joy, the ease, the connection you once shared. None of that was accidental. I placed them in your life to enrich it, to help you grow, to offer you something beautiful. But over time, you let the noise of the world drown them out. You began to believe they would always be there, always waiting, always understanding. But no heart can stay warm in the cold for too long. Love, real love, requires more than sentiment. It needs your presence. It needs your attention. It needs you to reach beyond your schedule and show up fully with your heart open and your mind clear. You can't keep someone close if you give them nothing of yourself. And you cannot expect someone to remain when they feel like an afterthought. This person needs to see that they still matter, that your connection is not a memory but something living, something worth investing in again. You might think you can fix it later, that someday soon you'll find the right moment. But moments don't wait. They pass, and eventually they don't come back. This person's heart has already begun to close its doors, not in malice, but in exhaustion. They're not angry. They're hurt. And once they go, they won't come back. Reach out not with empty promises, but with a genuine desire to reconnect. Or apologize if you must. Don't let pride rob you of another chance. Be vulnerable. Be present. Be the person they once knew, or better yet, become the one they always hoped you would be. Love them the way they've been loving you all this time. Because if you don't, you will carry a sorrow that no apology can lift. The memories you could have made, the comfort you could have given, the love you could have expressed, they will haunt the silence that follows. I am giving you a choice. This is not a message of punishment. It is a message of grace. You are being given an opportunity, not just to salvage a relationship, but to transform it. To breathe life back into something that has been gasping for air. But you must choose it. You must act before the goodbye becomes real, before the silence becomes permanent. Remember, love is not just what you feel, it's what you do. It lives in the phone call when you're tired, the visit when it's inconvenient, the words of kindness when they're most needed. It's in showing up when it counts. And right now it counts more than ever. This person won't wait forever. And when they walk away, it will not be out of spite. It will be because they waited and hoped and gave and forgave until they couldn't anymore. Do not let it get to that point. Do not let love slip through your fingers because you thought you had more time. My beloved, I am speaking to you out of love. I want your life to be full of meaningful connections. I want you to be surrounded by the kind of relationships that bring warmth to your soul. But for that to happen, you must play your part. You must love well. You must act. You must cherish the people I've placed along your path and never take their presence for granted. Go now. Reach out. Show them they still have a place in your life. Let them feel the love they've been waiting for, before the goodbye becomes your only reminder of what once was. You were never made to go through life alone. I shaped you for connection not just with me, but with the people placed around you, intentionally and purposefully. These connections, though they may seem ordinary in the rush of daily life, are anything but accidental. Each one has meaning. Every face you encounter, every hand you've held, every voice that has spoken comfort into your life was divinely woven into your story. The ties you share with family, the enduring friendships, and even those chance encounters that spark something inside you, they are all strands in a much larger design. But even the strongest threads fray when neglected. You must remember, these relationships are sacred and deserve to be honored as such. When you choose to love, when you choose to invest yourself in someone else's life with sincerity and care, you are participating in something holy. Love is not just something I give to you, it's something I ask you to extend to others. Through your interactions, your laughter, your comfort, your forgiveness, you echo my love. You reflect the divine nature of who I am and how you love people. But love must be alive. It must be tended to like a garden. You cannot expect it to flourish if you don't feed it with presence, patience, and action. Even the most beautiful bond can slowly fall apart if left alone. I know the noise of the world pulls at your attention constantly. You have responsibilities, goals, dreams. You are busy, overwhelmed, maybe even tired. But in the middle of all this, you must not overlook the people I've placed in your life. You tell yourself there will be time, that those who love you will always be there, understanding, waiting. Yet time is not as generous as it seems, and hearts do not wait forever. The ones who love you need to feel your love in return. They need to know they matter. You cannot simply assume love survives without effort. Like water to a plant, your time, your presence, your affection are what allow your relationships to grow strong and enduring. You are not alone even when you feel like it. Even in silence or sorrow, I am with you, and so are those I've placed near you. But you must reach for them. You must acknowledge their presence and open yourself up to them. Too often you let fear or pride get in the way. You tell yourself you don't need anyone, that you're fine on your own, or that people will understand when you finally come around. But the truth is, people can't read your heart. They need you to show them they matter, not eventually, but now. You were made for fellowship, not isolation. You were never meant to carry the weight of your life alone. Look around you. See the people who've been waiting for your call, your smile, your time. Consider the relationships that have slipped into the background, not because love was lost, but because attention faded. These people, your parents, your friends, your partner, even your children, are treasures. You've perhaps stopped seeing them for the gifts they are, maybe assuming they'll always be there. But no relationship is guaranteed. Even the most loving hearts can grow weary if they're continually unseen, unheard, unacknowledged. It is not too late to restore what is faded. You don't need a grand gesture. Start small. A few sincere words, a moment of undivided attention, a text, a visit, these are seeds. These are bridges. They tell someone, I remember you mattered to me. And when done from the heart, they mean more than you can imagine. Love thrives in consistency, in the little things repeated faithfully over time. A thoughtful word, a listening ear, a shared laugh. These are the things that build strong ties. Don't let the illusion that love is only shown in large acts fool you. The power is in your everyday choices. You might feel that you've already failed someone, let them down, grown too distant. But grace exists for this. There is still time. Even if things feel strained, even if words have gone unspoken for too long, don't let that keep you from reaching out. You can still show that you care. You can still remind someone that they're seen and loved. But don't put it off. Don't assume you'll always have tomorrow. You don't know how close someone might be to walking away, not out of anger, but out of the quiet sadness that comes from feeling forgotten. Those people you've been blessed with, they are reflections of my love for you. Each time they smile at you, each time they lend a hand or offer you their time, they are showing you what love looks like in action. Through them, I show you that you are not alone, that you are deeply loved. But that love is not only meant to be received, it's also meant to be given. You are called to be a light in their lives too, to support, to encourage, to uplift them just as they have done for you. Don't hold back. Give freely. Share generously. Love without keeping score. There may be wounds in your heart from the past, times when people hurt you, betrayed your trust, or let you down. I see those wounds and I understand why you've built walls. But please, don't let those walls stop you from experiencing the love that still exists around you. Vulnerability is scary, yes, but it's also the door to real connection. When you let someone see the real you, when you show up with authenticity, love has room to grow. There is courage in softness. There is healing in being known. As you think of the relationships in your life now, know this: you are not only loved, you are a source of love for others. Your kindness matters. Your attention matters. Your simple presence can be a balm to someone who's struggling. Don't underestimate the beauty and power of what you bring into another person's life. You might think what you offer is small, but to someone else it might be the very thing they need to get through the day. You are a blessing, just as much as you are blessed. So live like it. Love like it. Let your relationships reflect the truth that love is not just a feeling, but a choice. It is made visible in your priorities, in how you spend your time, and what you choose to say or do. It asks you to show up, not only when it's convenient, but also when it's hard, because that's what real love does. It stays, it listens, it forgives, it gives. So now look again at those around you. Who needs to hear from you? Who have you unintentionally let slip into the background? Who have you been meaning to reach out to but haven't yet? Don't delay. Pick up the phone. Write the message. Make the visit. Apologize if needed. Thank them if overdue. Start fresh where it's possible. You don't need perfect words, just a willing heart. The time you have is precious, and the people in your life are irreplaceable. Treat them like the sacred gifts they are. Take nothing for granted. Let your love be alive, visible, active. Ready, the friend, the child, the parent, the partner, the companion that reflects the love I've poured into you. Love is what you were made for. Don't hold back. There is still time and there is still grace, but the time to act is now.